So now let us discuss in detail about this table. So first let me show you the diagram what I have designed.
No, record mode is there.
Started recording.
Okay.
So is this image file visible now? So just I have taken the table and put it into Paint, and I have done this. So you just look into this table. So to remember this table, I will tell you how to remember. So because once you remember this table, so the programs in packages, however difficult it is, you can understand. It's not a problem. So this table is very important. So I'll tell you how to remember. See, so first thing, four modifiers, that is access specifiers we will call. So access specifiers means, see, once we declare the instance variables in a class, instance variables or methods. There are two things in a class, in Java class, instance variables and methods. Okay, methods means functions. So what we call functions in C and C++, in Java we will call it as methods. And instance variables in same in C++ also we call it as instance variables, in Java also instance variables. Okay, so two things will be in class, instance variables and methods. So for these two class members, so together we will call it as class members. Okay, if I call a class member, then I have to make it specific whether I am telling instance variable or a method. If I don't tell any specific, then it will be considered as both. Class members means instance variables and methods. Okay, so when we write the instance variables or a method inside the class, so how we can write is, you just look at this notepad. I will tell you. See, starting class is a keyword. Okay, if you consider class A. Okay, next. See, at any point you can write instance variable, and at any point you can write methods. Okay, so now you just look at it. Okay? So, for example, if I write int n variable, so this is an instance variable. See, I have not specified any keyword here, either private or public or protected. Then what you have to consider is no modifier. Second column you have to consider, that is no modifier. So without specifying the instance variable as a private or a public or a protected. So here access specifiers meaning the word itself tells access. Access means to get the control. So whether we can use that variable or not. That is the meaning of access. So for example, sometimes when you copy the file from computer to pen drive or pen drive to computer or one drive to another drive or one folder to another, then you might have observed this error message, access denied. So access denied means you cannot copy. So that is an example of copying. So accessing means anything, either input or some operation or output. Okay, so these are the three things what you can do with one particular object. Okay, now if I don't mention either the private or the public or protected, then you have to consider the second column, that is the no modifier. Okay, next, the other three things also you can specify. For example, private, so int n. See, just to differentiate between the variable and n and private variable, I will write the variable as n underscore pri. Pri means private. Next, similarly, you can go for protected. So protected int n underscore pro. Okay. Next, similarly, you can go for public. Okay. Public access specifier with n underscore. I just write p. Okay, just to indicate. Okay. So now n is a variable which has no modifier, that is which has no access specifier. So if it has no access specifier means it is called default access specifier. That doesn't mean that it will have all the properties of the other three, or it doesn't mean that it will not having any properties. For that specific properties is there. So when once we look at the table, we will come to that. So now this is how we create the class. Okay, next. So apart from instance variables, even we can create the method also. For example, int sum. Okay, just I will write one method here. So in this way also you can write the method. Okay, for method also you can mention either private or public or protected or without any access specifier. Four things it is there. Okay. Next. So what happens when we create the instance variable as private and or no modifier or protected or public? So what happens in the packages concept? Let me see. Okay, let us see. So when you create the instance variable as private, so it can be used only in that specific class, only in that particular class, not outside the class. So just look at the table, first column, only first column, you look into the first column. So only in the first row I have written yes. That means instance variable created with access specifier private can be accessed within the same class. You just match row and column, you match same class, column heading is private. Okay, row heading is same class, column heading is private, you just match here. So where I have written yes. Okay, so for instance variable that is of private, I have written yes only for the same class. Remaining all the rows, you come in the same column. I put arrow mark, see that in the same column you come. For all the things I have written no. That means same package subclass, same package non-subclass, different package subclass, different package non-subclass. So in all these classes you cannot access. See here, individually you have to consider one class here. Same class, that is one Java file. Same package subclass, that is one Java file. Same package non-subclass, that is one Java file. Different package subclass, that is one class. Different package non-subclass, that is one class. See, for example, see first three you can write in one file, and next two you can write in another file. Okay, that is not a problem. But here, if we write each class in different files, so we can understand very easily here. Okay, by writing all the classes, first three classes in one file and other two in another file, we can understand. Or for each class, we will create separate file. Okay, so now if you observe, so instance variable which I have created by using private access specifier can be accessed within the same class, and for remaining rows I have written no. If you observe, same package subclass no, same package non subclass you cannot access, different package subclass you cannot access, different package non subclass you cannot access. Okay, this is the property of private variable. Okay, next coming to the no modifier. So you look at the variable n, so where it has got no modifier, neither private nor protected or public, they have not written anything. So in that case what happens, we will see from the table. So in that case, if you observe second column and you match with the rows, so in the same class you can access that variable. That means you can use that variable. Okay, so one thing you remember, first row, in the first row you see the instance variable, if it is private or public or protected or no modifier, it can be accessed in the same class. That is not at all a problem. So in the first row everything is yes. Okay, next for no modifier, you look at the column. So in the first row it is yes. In the second row, that is same package subclass you can access. Okay, next third row, same package non subclass, yes you can access. That means you can use that variable, you can change the value of that variable, or you can print the value of that variable, or you can do any operation of that variable. Okay, when you go to the different package you cannot access. That is the meaning here. You look at the last two rows in the second column, when you go to the different package you cannot access. So I have written no. That means you cannot use that variable. If you try to use that variable, you get an error. Okay, so the meaning of the second column is, when you go to the different package you cannot access. So in this way, you remember, it will be very easy, no confusion at all. When you look at the first column, only in the same class it is accessible. So in the sentence format we will remember, it will be very easy. For private access specifier, only in the same class it can be used. For no modifier instance variable, only in the same package you can use. Okay, if you look at the wording, same class, same package subclass, same package non subclass, till where same package word is there, till there yes it is there. When you go to the different package, the word no is there. That means you cannot be accessed. Okay, so which is the no modifier variable here? N is the no modifier variable, because I have not done any either private or public or protected. Okay, next when you go to the third column, okay, that is variable which is protected. So variable which is protected, it is very simple, one level more than the no modifier, that's all. Okay, in the same class you can access, in the same package you can access, in the different package also you can access, provided that should be subclass. That's all. In the different package you can access, provided that should be subclass. Now now we will see what is subclass and what is non subclass. Okay, next when you go to the public access specifier, so once again, one minute. So here in the example, which is protected variable, that is int n underscore pro, it is the protected variable. So which can be accessed within the same package, all, and also in the different package, provided it should be subclass. Okay, next when you go for the public access specifier, so it is very simple, it can be accessed everywhere. Very, very simple. Same class, same package, different package, subclass, non-subclass, anywhere you can access. So that is the meaning of public access specifier. Okay. Now we will discuss one by one. Before that, you can note down this. See what have written in diagram format. So you can note down this. It will be very easy for you to remember. Already table is there. That only with pencil you can mark it. So understood, right? This concept little bit. So just note down this table. So if table is already there in your book, just mark with pencil what I have done. Finish writing. Okay. So now we will discuss these things in detail. Okay. Let me open the file. Now see you look here. So for each one, I have created one file. So here one Java file is nothing but one Java class. Okay, in that way you understand. And one more thing, it is not a rule that like uh, for different classes, different file should be created. It is not a rule. Okay. Only thing is, if you are writing in the same package, then you can put all the classes in one file. That is same class, same package subclass, same package non-subclass you can write in one file. Different package subclass, different package non-subclass you can write in one file. But it's better to maintain one Java file for one class. So you can understand very easily for that. Okay, now we will go for it. See, you consider the class A. I look at this class A. See here in P1 folder I have stored the file. Okay, that is package P1. So this is a super class. That means it is a base class. So here I have created the variables called npri private variable, n public that is public variable, npro that is protected variable. Okay, four access specifiers: default, private, public, and protected. Okay. Now this is a same base class. So this we can consider like same class. Okay, that is the first row. Okay. Now we consider the first row. You go through the first row. Okay. So all the variables are accessible here. For private, for no modifier, for protected, for public. So I have written the word yes. So all variables are accessible here. So if you look at the file, okay, notepad file. So in the constructor, I have written println statement with displaying all the instance variables. That means with no modifier, with private, with protected, and with public variable. Okay. See, this class, just for an example I have given. If you compile it, you may get an error, or without error also it may execute. Just for an example I have given. Okay. Now this is one of the class. Next, if you go for the another class in P1 folder only, you consider here. Now look here. So this is second class. Okay. Now, so how we can understand this is, you go to the diagram. Next row you go. Same package subclass. Okay. Same package subclass. So when you go to the same package subclass, so you have to write that file. You have to write. You have to represent. Okay, from the table you have to represent. So you look at the notepad file here. Class B extends A. So whenever you come across the extends keyword, that is the meaning of subclass. Okay. So B is a subclass of A. A is a superclass. B is a subclass. So we can say B is a subclass of. You look at the comment. Class B is a subclass of same package. That same package means class A is also in P1. Class B is also in P1. That is P1 folder. That is package P1. So we can consider same package. So when it is same package, you look at the diagram. So what are the things accessible? Okay. Private variable cannot be accessible. Okay. Remaining things are all accessible. That is no modifier, protected, public. So now you look at the constructor where I have written variables, println statement. So variable n underscore pro, that is protected, n underscore public, that is public variable. For these three lines will not get any error because it can be accessible. But if you write n underscore pri, that is variable which has been declared private, for this you will get an error. So look here, gives error because npri is private. Okay, understood? From the table we can understand, because from the table for second row for private variable there is no means not accessible. Okay. Next, another file we will go. So same P1 package, that is folder. Third file is class C. Okay. So you look at the class C. In front of class C, I have not written extends keyword. That means it is not a subclass. It is a non-subclass. Okay. It is not a subclass. And one more thing is, it is in the same package. Same package means it is also in P1 folder. So here package means container. Container is nothing but folder here. Okay. It is also present in same package. So now class A, class B, class C. That means A.java, B.java, C.java. These three files are present in the P1 folder. That is package P1. Okay. But class C is a non-subclass. So if you consider the non-subclass, then again go to the table. Same package non-subclass. So if you go for the same package non-subclass, you go through that row. You will understand. If you go through that row, for private it is no. That means it is not accessible. For remaining variables, it can be accessible. That is yes is there. The word yes is there. For no modifier, for protected, and for public. So you look at the file here. See, only for private variable it gives error. For remaining variables, you will not get any error. Okay, understood. Only for private variable it displays an error. For remaining variables, you will not get any error because those variables are accessible from the table. From the table, we can say like that. Okay. So now we will go for, see, till third row, that is same class, same package, subclass, same package, non-subclass. So we are speaking about only same package, that is same folder. Now we will go for the different folder. So different folder means different package. Let's go for the different folder. Here one more folder is there, P2. Okay. So when you go for the P2, so there are two classes. Two classes means files, Java files. So here class, each individual class or each Java files. Okay. Now we'll go for the D class. Okay, class D. Okay. Now from the table, what we will come to know is different package subclass. So different package means in the package statement only it should be different. So when you write the first statement, package name, there you have to write the different package. Different package means you should not write P1. Other than P1, it should be there. Now we will see what it is there. Package only. It is P2. Okay, P2 folder. In P2 folder, this class is present. That is class D. And one more thing is different package subclass. Okay, subclass means extends keyword should be there. Okay, so after that extends keyword, you have to write one class name. So after extends keyword, what the class name you write, that becomes the superclass. Before the extends keyword, what you write the class name, that becomes the subclass. Okay. See, class D extends A. So A we have considered it as superclass. So you just look at this comment. Class D is a subclass of different package. So different package, why they are telling different package? Because class A is present in P1, class D is present in P2. So both are in different folders. So different folders in the sense different packages. Okay. Now if it is different package, what is the condition? You see. So in different package subclass, private variable cannot be accessed. Okay, let me see the file. See, n underscore pri gives error because n underscore pri is private in class A of package P2. Okay, sorry, of package P1. So in P1 we have declared this variable n underscore pri, but it is private, so it cannot be accessed. Okay, next, different package no modifier. So if the variable is of no modifier without any access specifier, then also you cannot access. So now let me see which is that. Variable n is of no modifier. So for this also you get an error. So here also you'll get one error message. That means it cannot be accessed. Then go for the image file. Different package subclass, protected variable and public variable can be accessed. Protected variable and public variable can be accessed. So now you go to the file. Yes, see, n underscore pro, n underscore public. For these two lines, you will not get any error. Okay, understood. Next. Last row, different package non-subclass. So we have to go for the next file. Okay. So in P2, I have got one more file called E. Okay, E is a Java file, that is a Java class. Now you see, in front of class E, I have not written extends keyword. That means it is not a subclass. So whenever you come across the class without the extends keyword, then it is not a subclass of anything, any class. Okay, that is a non-subclass. Next, non-subclass of different package. So why it is different package? Because it is stored in P2. A, class B, and class C are stored in P1. Class D, class E are stored in P2. So these two are of different package. Okay, and it is not a subclass because extends keyword is not there. So when it is not a subclass and when it is in different package, so what is the condition? So what are the conditions you will see? Last row. So when you come to the last row, different package non-subclass. So none of the variables you cannot access other than the public. That's all. So only public instance variable can be accessed. Remaining variables, that is private, no modifier, protected, cannot be accessed. So this is the rule of different package non-subclass. So if you look at the file, so you look at the println statement, n with no modifier, n underscore pri, private variable, n underscore pro, protected variable. So for all these three lines, you will get an error. Okay, only n underscore public can be accessed. Okay, this is the meaning of different package non-subclass. Okay, so I hope you people have understood. So you can copy these things. So same concept is present in the notes, that is MS Word. That is here it is there, protection derived P1, P2 folders. So before that, you just copy these things. So one by one I will show you. So these files are just are examples. So if you try to execute, you may get errors. Similar to these files, one more Java file is there. In the further topic, we will discuss. Just for an example, you write this. Finish writing? Chaitanya? Hello? Shall I open next file?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Class B. Okay, copy this. So copy the next file, class C. Okay, I hope you have completed all these files writing. Now we go for further concepts. Okay, so just look at this image file. So I hope you people have understood by considering that example. Okay, so okay, now okay, so look at this MS Word file. So Java's access control mechanism can be simplified it as follows. Okay, that means from the table, so if we write in terms of sentences, then how we can understand that data link. Okay, anything declared public can be accessed from anywhere. So the meaning of that is, so if you look at this table, so for public access specifier, so you just look at the word yes for everything. That is same class, same package subclass, same package non-subclass, different package subclass, different package non-subclass. For all the things, if we consider the public access specifier instance variable, it can be accessed. So no restrictions at all. So if I want to give a simple example, so if you consider the whole country like India, and if you consider the transportation system like bus or train, anything, so if you consider the bus which travels from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, then we can consider it as a public transport. Okay. If we consider the city buses, so they will move around within a city. So that is nothing but like you can consider it as private access system. That means within the same class means within the same city in that way. So public transport means that means it can travel from one place to another. So in the whole country it can travel anywhere. That is the meaning of public access system. So anything declared public can be accessed from anywhere. Okay, next. Anything declared private cannot be outside its class. That is within. It is like just within the city. Okay, city buses. So if you look at the diagram, we'll come to know first column. So first column for that is for private access, very private access to square. It can be accessed only within the class. It can be seen only within the class. Okay. So for last column, that is for public access to square, it can be accessed anywhere from same class to different package number class. For private variable, it can be accessed only within the class. So that means first column and last column, it is very easy to remember. Okay. Next, coming to the third point, when a member does not have an explicit access specification, that means if you write the variable without mentioning either private or public or protected, then the meaning of this is it will not be having any explicit. Explicit means manually we will not write that is either private or public or protected. If you don't write like that, then it is considered as default access. Okay, it is visible to subclasses as well as to other classes in the same package. So that means if you are not writing either the public or protected or private, then it is considered as default access. It can be accessed only within the same package. Okay, it will not go outside the package. So if you look at the diagram, you see the second column, no modifier. So no modifier means it can go up to the same package. So if you cross the package, that is, if you go to the different package, it cannot be accessed. So for last two rows, I have written no. Okay. Then coming to the protected. So protected access specifier. So we have four things: no access specifier, private, public, and protected. So if you want to allow an element to be seen outside your current package, but only to the classes that subclass directly, then declare that element as protected. That means if you want instance variable to be accessed in another package, then what you have to do is one restriction is there. The restriction is it should be subclass. That's all. That is the restriction. If you want to access the instance variable in different package, then you have to make that class as a subclass. If it is non-subclass, you cannot access. You look at the third column. So for same class, it is yes. For same package, it is yes. For same package, again it is yes. For different package, it is yes, provided it is subclass. If it is non-subclass, it is no. So in this way, you can understand this public, private, protected, and no default access specifier. You just copy these things. You can write from the statement Java's access control mechanism can be simplified it as follows. 4 points, you write it. Okay. So listen, after these 4 points, um, okay, after these 4 points, this paragraph we will discuss today and stop the class. Okay, because later that is further topic an access example. It is, I said, it is like a mini project. Project in the sense, there we have two packages and 7 files. Okay, so and those are interconnected. You have to execute at once. Okay, so we will discuss in the next class. It will take complete class. It will take. Okay, uh, that is 1 hour. It will take. So now for right now we will discuss this paragraph and we will stop the class. See, look here, the above table apply only to members of classes. So it's very, very, very important. So members of class in the sense, we'll explain. See, the meaning of members of a class is you just consider this class. Open in notepad. Members of a class means two things we will come across. Just understand. Already I said it. Once again, we'll discuss instance variables or methods. These are the members of a class. So there is a difference between a complete class and the members of a class. So members of a class means either the instance variables or the methods or both. Okay, if you consider both of the things, then it's fine. Or any one instance variable or a method. For these two things, we will call it as a members of a class. So what they are telling, the above table apply only to members of a class. The meaning of that is, if you want to apply that above table, then you can apply for these four variables, that is n, npri, npro, np. That means variable with no access specifier, variable with private access specifier, variable with protected, variable with public, and one more method, that is method you can create it. And remember, you can create the methods with see, for example, a with no access specifier, okay, with private and with public. Okay, if I consider the method b, okay, like this individually you can create. And one more thing, with protected. That is the meaning of the above table applies only to the members of a class. So members means instance variables and methods. So I have created four instance variables, that is of no access specifier, private, protected, public, and again four methods of no access specifier, private, public, and protected. So that is the meaning of that sentence. The above table apply only to the members of the class. Okay. Next, they're telling a non-nested class. They're telling. So what is the meaning of non-nested class? So that we will understand here. Okay. Say, see, the meaning of non-nested class is, first of all we will understand nested. What is the meaning of nested? So nested meaning, if one item present inside another, then that concept is called as nested. See, in C language, it's very famous. That is, one if statement present inside another if statement. That is called nested if statement. I think you people have learned already. For example, if I write if A greater than B, one condition, and I open the brace, and again if A greater than C, so this is one more condition. Then here I will write the code, something like printf A is greater or anything, then I close this. So this concept is called as nested if statement. So one if statement present inside another. If A greater than C condition is present inside if A greater than B. This is called nested. Similarly, when we go for nested class, so nested class means same thing. Class A, and again inside that again class B. See this example, till now we have not, we didn't see. Okay, but they have given that non-nested class. For that purpose I have explained this. Okay, class within a class. So what is the meaning of non-nested class? See, for example, if I write class A, okay, then class B. So this is called non-nested class. That means class B is not present inside the class A. I hope you people have understood. Class B is not present inside the class A. This is the meaning of non-nested class. So a non-nested class has only two possible access levels. The meaning of that is, see, you first will consider non-nested class. That means two different classes. That means one class should not be present inside another. Okay, it is present, one class if it is present inside another, then that is called as nested class. If it is not present, if two classes are different, then it is called non-nested class. So it has only two possible access specifiers. Two possible means that is with the default and one with public. So if you consider the class A here, see, if suppose if you write here any uh, access specifier, like if you write private, then this class is of private. See here, there is a difference what you create inside the class, and for the class itself you can apply either private or public or protected or without the access specifier. So if you don't write anything, then this comes in the category no access specifier, that is default, first category, default. And if you write it like, see, for class B I will write public, okay, public class B, in this way we can write it, okay, public class B, then here it comes in the category public. So two points here, default access and public access. So I have written the example for both. So class A without writing either private or public or protected, so it is default. For class B I have written it as public, okay. Next, if this is the case, what happens? See, when a class is declared as public, it is accessible by any other code. If a class has default access, it can be only accessed by other code within its same package. See, for this example, further if we come across any example, we will see. Just to note down this point. Last point I will explain now only. When a class is public, it must be only public class declared in the file, and the file must have the same name as the class. The meaning of this is, see, I have written here two classes, class A and class B. Now, I want to save this file. So, if you want to save this file, we will get a question. First question is, by which name we have to save? The file name should match the class name. That is a rule in Java. If it contains main method, then it's fine. There is no confusion at all. Wherever the main method is there, by that class name only you have to save the file, because program execution starts from main. If there is no main method, then the question comes whether we can save that file with the class name. Yes, we can save it. Now, here we have two classes, class A and class B. So, now the question is whether I should save with A.java or B.java. By looking at this point, we can understand. When a class is a public, look at this statement. When a class is a public, it must be the only public class declared in the file. The meaning of this is, see, already have the class B with public. So, one more time, if you create the class with public, like class C, this is invalid. So, that only they are telling. So, if a class is public, it must be the only public class. That only means only one class should be public, not all or not more than one. Okay. So, this class you cannot create as public. So, you can create as private protector without any access specifier. Okay. Now, if that is the case, and the file name must match the that class name. File name must have the same name as the class. Same name as the class means which class? For whichever class you have made it as public, for that class, by that class name you have to save the file. So I have to save this file. So go to file, save as. Now I should save that file as b.java. Okay, because for class B I have created it as public. So for whichever class you mention it as public, by that class name you have to save that file. That is the meaning. And among all the classes, only that class should be the public access specifier. Remaining classes should not have public access specifier. That is the meaning of when a class is public, it must be the only public class declared in that file. So no other classes should be declared as public. The other classes can be declared as either private or protected or without any access specifier. So this paragraph you copied. Now we will stop this. After that we will stop. Okay, so I think people have completed writing. So today we will stop the class. Tomorrow we will continue. So before that, you should be perfect with this table tomorrow, because so next concept is an access example. There we have two packages, P1 and P2, and in P1 we have four files. In P2 we have three files, three Java classes, and in P1 four Java classes. So we should know how to link and how to execute the complete project. So if you look at this code, we have many files here, and all the files are linked and executed. So we'll show you tomorrow how to do it. So please be perfect with this table. Okay, if you are getting any confused, so you can ask the doubt. You can send me a WhatsApp message or you can call me, so that before we start the class tomorrow, so let us be perfect with this table. Okay. Okay, I will stop today's class. Okay. So any doubts in today's class? Anyone?
No, sir.
Fine.